and your Social Security check is smaller than the benefits going to a 28-year-old able-bodied person who just got here. That's real. That happens. That's happening every day.
And they're deranged. There's no other way to put it.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Brylan. Elon Musk issues a major Social Security warning. This is one of the absolute biggest frauds that has probably ever been found out in the history of America. And you have the Democrats right now introducing a bill to try to shield Americans. This is Hakeem Jeffries. To shield Americans from learning the truth about what the radical left and the bureaucrats, the elites in the government have been doing with our money, taxpayers' money. This video is going to be wild. I'm going to take you through what's been going on with Social Security, the massive fraud that was uncovered, how it's going to affect you if you're on Social Security, and what to expect from the Trump administration when it comes to the future of Social Security. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild video and you don't want to miss any of it. Hey, would you consider hitting that thumbs up button? You know, when you like this video, you're not agreeing with the insanity, but you're helping push this video out to more people to help spread the truth. Now, this is the warning that Elon Musk gave about the major fraud that was uncovered. He said, at this point, I am 100% certain that the magnitude of the fraud in the federal entitlements, like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, welfare, disability, etc., exceeds the combined sum of every private scam you've ever heard of by far. It's not even, and then he ends with, it's not even close. Robbie Starbuck replied, he said, it's the largest fraud in history. And Elon Musk said, by far. Adam Lowitz said, I can bet if we get rid of all the fraud and corruption, the budget will balance itself automatically. Democrats have to stop screaming about protecting their bribes and let us audit everything. Elon Musk said, yep. Musk also said after auditing the U.S. Treasury, he said, just learn that the Social Security database is not deduplicated, meaning you can have the same Social Security number many times over, which further enables massive fraud. Gee, who'd have thunk? And he said straight out, your tax dollars are being stolen. In fact, listen to this pastor in Tennessee, a radical leftist, a radical Democrat, disguised as a pastor. He's not actually a pastor, we all know that. But this is Tennessee preacher Dr. Steve Caudle. And listen to what he has to say about all of the fraud being found out within our government and when it comes to Social Security.
And in this nation, I'm worried that we are on the verge of bloodshed. This is an attempt to take us back to a day that we do not want to go and we will not go. Oh, wow. Therefore, there will be conflict. I pray that the peace of God will win out and overcome the madness that is attempting to take over this nation. And I will say to you, beloved, no one likes violence, but sometimes violence is necessary.
Wow.
When Elon Musk forces his way into the United States Treasury and threatens to steal your personal information and your Social Security check, there is a possibility of violence. Sometimes the devil will act so ugly that you have no other choice but to get violent.
Wow, so you have this pastor, right, calling for violence against Elon Musk because Elon Musk found an enormous fraud, some of the biggest fraud in history that the radical elites, the radical left, have been essentially taking your money, taxpayers' money, taking money from Social Security and giving it to to themselves, to the entire world, to illegals in this country. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But this is the nature of the left, to call for violence when their schemes are found out. Mike Lee responded to this, and he said, on no planet does Doge want to take away anyone's Social Security check. And on no planet is violence warranted by what Doge is actually trying to do: stop waste, fraud, and abuse in government. And then Musk himself responded to what Mike Lee said, And he said, yeah, I can't emphasize this enough. The goal of auditing the Social Security Administration is to stop the extreme levels of fraud taking place so that it remains solvent and protects the Social Security checks of honest Americans. That's it. That's the goal. End of story. Now, I am in no way, shape, or form calling for you to just blatantly trust everything that Elon Musk does. But when the evidence shows with receipts that massive fraud has been taking place and that those within government and the elites, the radical left, are stealing your money. And there are those within government now trying to stop that, uncovering that, and telling the American people and showing the American people the receipts of this fraud, then we should rejoice in the fact that the truth is being uncovered. In fact, here's the left again.
As you can see, we have one simple message, which is Elon Musk, keep your hands off of our Social Security.
Keep your hands off of our Social Security. In fact, remember, it was the left that lied to you about what was happening to the FEMA funds during the tragedy in North Carolina and what was actually happening with that money. Remember this.
So, disaster relief, this is a falsehood. Disaster relief funds used on immigrants illegally in the U.S. The fact is, no money is being diverted from response needs.
Elon said the Doge team just discovered that FEMA sent almost $60 million last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal immigrants. Sending this money violated the law and is a gross insubordination to the president's executive order. That money is meant for American disaster relief and instead is being spent on high-end hotels for illegals. And then later, Musk said, yes, this was a huge lie by the Biden administration. Funds were diverted from almost every part of the federal government to maximize the number of illegals in America. There also appear to be significant funds siphoned from Social Security to pay illegals. This is hilarious. Democrats, we need 80,000 IRS agents to audit your $600 Venmo payment. Reps, there are over 100 billion annual entitlement payments to people without Social Security numbers. Democrats, auditing is extremely dangerous to our democracy. That's perfectly said. That's exactly how you're seeing the Democrats react. Now, under the Democrats, Social Security was estimated to be gone by the year 2035. This is what Trump had to say about if people were going to be affected who are on Social Security. This is the official outlook of his administration.
Great progress has been made. We're talking about cutting over $1 trillion of waste. We're talking about waste. We're not talking about we're going to love and cherish Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. We're not going to do anything with that other than if we can find some abuse or waste, we'll do something, but the people won't be affected. It'll only be more effective and better. And our country, as our country gets richer, the people on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, those people are going to be more secure. If Biden had gotten elected, Social Security was going to fail because the country was failing.
This was just before they found all of the fraud going on. And then here's Trump again talking about Social Security just last week.
Social Security will not be touched. It'll only be strengthened. We have illegal immigrants on Social Security, and we're going to find out who they are and take them out. We have illegal immigrants in other Medicare. We found a lot of bad people, a lot of people that shouldn't be on, that were put on through California. A lot of them come out of California. We're not going to stand for that. So we're going to strengthen our Social Security, etc. We're not going to touch it other than to make it stronger. But we have people that shouldn't be on, and those people we have to weed out. Most of them, or many of them so far, have been illegal immigrants. They shouldn't even be in the country.
So under the radical left, they're taking your Social Security, your money, taxpayers' money, and giving it to illegals that are in this country. Remember, over the last 4 years under the Biden administration, they have been flying illegals into this country. Tens of millions of illegals into this country and just giving them taxpayers' money. And that's one of the reasons why Social Security would have just been absolutely obliterated, because they're taking from Social Security and giving it to people who are here illegally. It is absolute insanity. And once you know this truth, I don't understand how you ever unknow it, how you ever unsee this. In fact, here's a document, Supplemental Security Income for Non-Citizens. How insane is it that this even exists? It talks about who can be granted essentially Social Security money, and they're not even citizens. Yet citizens in this country, hardworking Americans that have earned their Social Security, paid into it, and then when they get their Social Security, the average payment is like just over $1,000 a month, just barely enough to even scrape by. You know, a lot of people on Social Security have to live with family. And then these shocking statistics given by Marco Rubio will just blow your mind.
One of the things I see a lot in South Florida are people that have been in this country that maybe came from Cuba 45 years ago. They've worked here their entire lives. They retire. They get $800, $900, $1,000 a month from Social Security. And then they run into somebody who just got here from Cuba 3 months ago, is 29 years old, doesn't work, and is given $1,500 a month in benefits by our government because they're refugees. That refugee, a year later, is traveling back to Cuba 15 times. So you're a refugee fleeing oppression from a place that you now go back and visit 15 times the following year. And in the meantime, we're giving you Medicaid, food stamps, health care for your children, cash payments from the refugee fund. So imagine if you've been working here for 40 years and your Social Security check is smaller than the benefits going to a 28-year-old able-bodied person who just got here. That's real. That happens. That's happening every day. That makes no sense.
This is the type of corruption being exposed. And this is the type of corruption that the left wants you to think is actually bad for you to know. Caroline Leavitt, once again, with the W.
President Trump and Elon Musk and our entire administration are going to continue to go line by line and treat this federal government like a business. Money in, money out. And what do we actually need to spend money on to advance America's interests? That is our goal here. That's all that's happening. Anything else is fear-mongering by the left because they don't have a real message and they're deranged. There's no other way to put it.
Proverbs 29 gives a ton of insight into the evil, the wickedness of those who are essentially found out for their wickedness. Listen to this, verse 2. When the righteous increase, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the people groan. We have seen that in our society. When wickedness and depravity rule, the groaning of the people is undeniable. Look at verse 8 as well. Scoffers set a city aflame, but the wise turn away wrath. If a wise man has an argument with a fool, the fool only rages and laughs, and there is no quiet. Bloodthirsty men hate one who is blameless, and seek the life of the upright. In verse 16, when the wicked increase, transgressions increase, but the righteous will look upon their downfall. But hey, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, join this community. I would love to hear from you on a regular basis. And please, hit that thumbs up button, you know, when you like this video, to get pushed out to more people, and it would really help spread the truth. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.